Hi! Well, gee, I think I might have succeeded at doing this. I have the camera. I've figured out how to have my camera on my video so that you can see me. I actually have my camera on a teacup and I taped it on there and hopefully it'll stay. Okay, so what I want to talk about is the final project and just doing some highlights of what's important for the final project. Okay. So the first thing that I want to say is that there are two types of user interfaces, and you need to have one or the other for your final project. Okay. So let's see, I'm going to send me off to the side here. Okay. And you're familiar with the main menu one. Okay. So here in the rubric database that you've been working on, this is the newer version. You guys have mostly chosen not to use the newer version, but this is still a main menu with a bunch of buttons on it, and they've been set up so that the macros are associated with each one, and each one will take you to a form or a report or something like that. And that's basically what your main menu should include. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and close this. Okay, then the other option that you have is to use navigation form like this. Like this one. Okay, so over here, right here, are move me over a little. Over here is different tabs. Okay, and so if you click on any of the tabs, that's my bird clock and it'll go away soon. Anyway, it'll bring up a form or a report. Okay, so that's another option for you. Okay, so those are the two options that you have, either main menu or a navigation form. And I'll just show you this just so you can see that it is a navigation form. See here. And if I go over here to the property sheet for any one of them, you can see like this tab here is associated here with the form FRM rubric points. And that would be true. This is associated with a report that I made and another report that I made. And so if I go back here, I can click on any one of these tabs and it'll change. And that's basically what you need to have for your user interface. Okay, so that's the first point I want to make. The second point I want to make is that all your forms and reports should show up or should be accessible via your user interface. There should be not a single form or a report that the user would have to go to the navigation form to open. All data must be able to be entered via a form. Okay. So that's including any drop-down list that you have. So if there's a table that you have that has a drop-down list in it, you must have a form for it that's accessible via the user interface. Okay. If you choose to use the main menu like this, then all your forms must have close buttons on them. So for example, let's see. Oh, oops. Okay. So for example, this one. This says OK, but basically it closes the form. Okay. So if it says OK instead of close, that's all right. But the overall concept is that your forms must be closed via a button. Okay. So that, and let's see what else is on my list here. Oh yes, and your user interface must open automatically, okay, when the database opens. Okay, so you can do that in one of two ways. You can have in the options, you can have the display form. You can put a display form here, and so that it'll open automatically when you open the database. So that's one way that you can do it. Another way is to create an AutoExec macro and put that in your AutoExec. And I did talk about that on another video, but I can quickly show you what I'm talking about. You can go here to create and then macro, and it's slow, but it'll get there. But anyway, you can put in a command that says open form, and then you'd put in that you'd specify that you want to open your either main menu or your navigation form, and then an AutoExec macro will automatically run when the database is opening. Now, one thing I want to make sure that you know, this is really important, is that when you're trying to, so here, I'll say open form, and then I can say FRM main, yeah, for example, and then I would save it, and I would save it as AutoExec. I already have an AutoExec in here, so I'm not going to do that. But anyway, one of the things that I want to make sure that you understand is that when you are wanting to go in and make changes, once you've set it up to automatically come up, you can hold the Shift key down, and that makes it so that anything that you've set up will not be in effect. So if you set up so that your AutoExec, you have an AutoExec macro, for example, it will not run, and so you'll be able to get access to your database. Okay. Let's see. I don't want to spend too much time on stuff. Okay, so the other things that I want to say is that you want to make sure that your navigation pane does not show, that you may want to have, let's see. Oh, yeah, I already said that. Okay, and you need to set in options to having overlapping windows as opposed to tabs. And I'm going to show you how to do all this in a moment. You need to remove access special keys, the ability to have full menus, and also allow default shortcut menus. And I'm going to show you these things. So you go here to File, and you go to Options here. And now I already talked about putting in the form, okay? And here, right here, is overlapping windows, okay? And then also access, oh, here's the navigation pane. You can turn it on and off. So if it's clicked, then it will show, and if it's not clicked, it won't show. You can take allow full menus away by making sure that this is blank, and allow default shortcut menus. You can take that away as well. Okay, so anyway, that's how you set those options up. Okay, and so then you would just say okay, and as it says here, you must close and reopen the current database for the specific option to take effect. So then you would close it and then open it. Now remember, if you want to get access to the navigation pane after you've turned it off, remember you can hold the Shift key down. Okay? And then about the AutoExec macro that I just talked about a little bit ago, I recommend that you putting in a maximize window command in there. And then the other thing that I'm going to tell you is that in a separate video, I'm going to show you how in Visual Basic to take the entire ribbon away so that it doesn't show. Anyway, so once again, just to review what I said, you have two types of user interfaces, the main menu or navigation pane. And you need to make sure that everything is accessible via the navigation form or the main menu. Either way is fine. And it needs to open automatically, and you need to set up options. And I will have a separate video for showing you how to take away the ribbon for the in Visual Basic code. Okay, so hopefully that helps you. I'm probably going to create a few more videos for you, so stay tuned. Thanks.